This is Soundoff60, Southwest Louisiana's premier sports show. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
All right, I'm back at the desk, and I'm literally shocked that the set in studio is still standing after you knuckleheads took over the show last week. I'm just shocked that it's still
honestly,
in one
I mean,
piece.
I looked at the show. Jim did a great job. I did a fabulous job.
What is your grading
Scooter
scale?
was outstanding.
Outstanding?
Outstanding. I mean, outstanding, honestly.
We rolled. It rolled.
Holy smokes, I'm just shocked that you survived. Look,
There's an awful lot of sponsors talking. I don't know what they're talking about, but they're talking.
That's what I'm saying,
okay, let me
Jim.
tell you something, guys. I mean, I saw it on the rebroadcast. Choppy execution, choppy to say the least,
Choppy.
and no offensive production whatsoever.
We were in and out. I mean,
in and out.
Production got us in and out.
Any mistakes were Hobbs.
All right, I got a major bone to pick.
what show you
Mostly
started.
with you two guys. Mostly with Knucklehead Hobbs when he comes back. He's in Hattiesburg,
He
still
is,
covering
he
the
is,
LSU Tigers
he
for the
is.
American
Go
press.
Tigers.
All right, I heard it. You said you heard it. Cerro doesn't know jack about sports. That's the only skill set he brings to this.
Is that
he's
what
a
was
TV
said?
guy.
Oh, wow.
That's what I heard.
You agreed and you agreed. Now I can expect that kind of dissing from Hobbs, but out of you, the disrespect, shocking to me.
Why?
Shocking that you would
Why?
agree with that.
I'm just an agreeable guy.
You just sat there and went
If he called you great,
like a bobblehead.
I don't remember even commenting to that comment that was made by Hobbs.
Roll
I
the
don't
tape
remember
back.
how
I
even
don't.
saying
It cut
that, to be
deep.
honest with you.
It cut deep, guys.
We didn't think
I'm
you were
hurt.
watching, Rick. We just didn't
I'm
think you were
hurt.
watching, man.
Welcome to Soundoff.
Yes.
We are back.
So
I'm
glad
back.
to be back.
I know you miss me deep down. I know you miss me for not being here.
You know we care about
we
you,
want to
man.
welcome in Jim Gazzola from
kid
Poke
because we
Nation.
care.
From Poke Nation, subbing for Hobbs.
Yeah.
I think last week you were subbing
Jim's-
for me. Now it's
Jim's
Hobbs.
just a guy, man.
Next week he'll be subbing for you, apparently. I don't know.
I'm in. I'm in.
you're
I'm all
in?
in. I'm
Okay.
all in.
All right,
I'm all
get
in.
ready though. A hard life for you guys, because you're
That's
here and
okay.
Hobbs is not. So it's going to be hard reality when I call you out on some
That's
of the
okay.
idiotic things you say in this show. I'm going to
man.
call you out.
We've
So,
got a few for
I
him,
don't know
too,
jack
though.
about sports.
Got a few for
okay.
you, too, though.
Get ready.
We have a few.
All right, gentlemen.
We have a few.
Boy, great show. Set your DVRs. Know what the rebroadcast times here on Lake
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Lake Charles. All right, CBS Lake Charles. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to get into LSU and some amazing comebacks.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get into that. MCNEESE'S star coaches, Justin Hill, James Landrenaau, staying put. We'll dig into the what's and whys and that whole thing.
Yes.
All right. And then, of course, McNeese Cowboy football. We're never far away from Cowboy football.
No.
I told you after spring drills he would do something with the quarterback situation,
We all said
and he
that.
has done that exactly.
He told you he would do that.
He
was.
he did. I told you this is
No.
what he was going to do, and he's done it later
We
on
were-
in the show.
Wait a minute.
We were all
Zip
vocal.
it.
I said
Zip
right.
it.
We said the first
Zip
question
it.
was
You had
right
last
there.
week without me. Zip it. All right.
We said that was going to happen.
Zip
I don't
it.
know what he's talking
All right,
about.
gentlemen. Look, let's get back, and a lot more to talk
Yes,
about in this
yes.
show. All right, let's get on LSU baseball. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Hobbs is, we do our production Monday afternoons. Unfortunately, the Tigers and Southern Miss are playing Monday afternoons. Hobbs is over
Yes.
there covering the
He's
game,
gotta
of
be at the
course.
game.
And look, we're going to talk around it. But we got to go back in history because it was just so doggone good.
Wow.
I mean, those rallies, 10 runs, 4 runs, 6 runs, whatever it wasn't Omaha College World Series level, but it was doggone good.
It was,
special.
Rick. I mean,
it was
comeback.
impressive.
I mean, it was impressive, honestly. And I don't watch a lot of baseball, but I said, are they going to do this?
Bottom of the 8th?
Are they gonna
Jim,
do this?
10 runs?
Jim?
Don't give me college
Are they gonna do
baseball.
this?
Come on.
They did it, man.
What do you
That
want
was
to say?
impressive.
That's college baseball. It was impressive.
It was
helped
impressive.
by 5 walks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You
Yeah.
know, it's Kennesaw. All right. But
But the thing that Hobbs
Yeah.
says, not being here, what does he say? There's no upsets in baseball.
I know.
That's what Hobbs
in
says.
but it wasn't just Kennesaw State. Then it was down 4 runs.
It was.
Against top seeded
That was a little more impressive.
Southern Mississippi. Now,
Yeah.
what does that tell you about LSU baseball? I'm talking about the first game. To an extent,
Yeah.
shoddy starting pitching.
Yeah.
But the firepower with the bats can
They
come
can
when
hit
they can
with
hit the
anybody in the
switch.
country. They can
can.
pitch with nobody in the country.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And they can't field.
And they can't field.
And this is how they have to win. They have to
And
use
you
their
win
bats.
ball games like
But
that.
look around the
Shot.
country. 14-10 Oklahoma State over Arkansas.
I saw
Yeah.
some score.
29-15.
That's
They were
the
down
one.
12-0.
That's the
What about
score.
that comeback?
That was a hell of
I
a
mean, I saw some crazy
good
things.
enough good arms in college baseball because if you're a good armed high school kid, you're gonna go to the pros.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
That
I
is
got
true,
you.
too.
But some of it's getting out of hand. I mean, these scores are just.
Because they're playing too many games in a weekend.
I'll go with you on that.
Yeah.
I'll go with you on that. This college baseball season.
You got the 2 starting pitchers in the essentially the game 7 tonight.
Yeah.
Southern Miss and LSU.
Yeah.
Both those pitchers are the starting pitchers from game 1.
Yeah.
That's not good for a kid. I don't care what
I
anybody
got you.
says.
And look, we don't know. We'll know later in the week when you see this show on our Tuesday and Thursday rebroadcast on CBS Lake Charles. We'll know. If LSU wins, they should be super regional. They should host, right? Is that the plan?
No. Who else? Who are they up against?
I just think LSU should host
Why?
if they win. Well, because it's Alex Box and it's LSU
Well,
and it's
but they're not going to be. They're not a top 16 team.
I still think they might host though, and
No.
I don't know.
It's set up. It depends on who wins the other side.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Who's the other side?
If they win, should they? Despite all that other stuff.
No.
Okay. Well, see, that's coming up later on in the show too.
Wow.
That little thing there.
Wow.
They shouldn't automatically win because they have a better stadium. You don't get to host.
Is that the reason? No, that's not the reason, huh?
It's not just a better
So
stadium.
you want? So let's say Ole Miss wins.
Okay.
You want them to host over a team that swept them and
Yeah.
finished higher than them in the conference.
I'm
that's
just
tough,
saying,
Jim. That's
you're
tough
right
right
in
there.
regards
That's
to what
tough.
happens on the other side.
Yeah, that's tough with Ole
But
Miss.
you don't
Yeah,
think
that's tough.
ever the NCAA committee is going to factor in attendance and money?
I think the old
and what's
NCAA
good
committee
for
did.
TV?
I think the old. Why is that good for TV?
Holy smokes! What world are you living in?
Is that a better atmosphere than Ole Miss? Have you seen Ole Miss games?
Nobody can
They're
have a
pretty
better
exciting.
atmosphere than LSU.
It's going to be hard to beat Tiger Stadium.
Atmosphere or
Atmosphere
people?
and attendance.
Yeah, it's going to be
Atmosphere.
hard to beat Tiger
Attendance is a
Stadium.
different story than
See
atmosphere.
there. All right.
I know.
We're going to leave it there. All right, gentlemen. I know you're going to start shooting at me here. I told you guys after spring drills, I don't care what Gary Goff or what you're dreaming that he said to the media, because he didn't. He did not. I said he was going to go to the portal and get another quarterback.
Well,
Clearly, I
let
talked
me-
with you.
let me-
We both saw it at spring. Decent progress
Yeah.
with Walker Wood and Knox Kadum, but just didn't bowl anybody over. And what does he do? Bam, second phase of the portal. Cameron Ranson coming in from Georgia Southern. He's got another quarterback coming in. Okay,
Look.
shoot me. What are you going to say?
Jim, I'll let you go first.
It started with he said we asked him right there, is the starting quarterback on your roster right now? And he said, I hope not.
I did not hear that statement. And if I heard that statement, I would have challenged him right there. I did not hear it.
I heard it.
All right.
Let me say this.
Well,
Looking at
He
spring
didn't
drills,
say I hope. He said we're gonna go investigate and get more. He definitely said that.
I like.
But I heard-
like when
No.
Jim
I
bring
thought
up
what
these
he said.
comments,
Okay.
man. I like it.
All right.
Look,
I heard. I hope not. I think not. That's what I heard.
looking at spring drills, all of us sitting here, even I would go as far to include Hobbs.
Yeah.
None of us was convinced that was going to be the starting quarterback. Were you convinced? I wasn't.
no.
He dropped the first ball on the first snap
look.
in scrimmage number
This
3.
is my thing. For the type of
Give
offense,
him a break. One drop ball from the center.
For the type
was it
of
under center or
offense-
was it in shotgun? I don't remember.
for the
It
type
was
of
that
offense
pistol.
that Gary wants to run, you've got to have a quarterback that understands what it is that this offense does.
Yes.
If you don't have a quarterback that understands that, Rick, there's no need to run it.
And I talked with Coach Goff over the weekend, and he admitted in defense of Kadum and Wood in particular, they've
we're not
only,
bashing
they've
these
only
kids.
had 12
We're not-
practices
we're not
and
bashing
3
these kids.
scrimmages.
I
Come
mean, we're
on.
not bashing
and
these kids.
they're not
But
out of the running as of today.
Of course
They
not.
just
You've
need to
got to
understand
get
it
more
more.
people in there.
Let's get on the subject at hand, though. Cam Ranson from Georgia Southern,
Big
6'3",
kid.
225. According to Gary Goff, strong arm, loves the deep ball, can throw it.
That's what you need.
Can move. He calls him dual threat. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him on tape, so we'll see.
Nobody's really
But,
seen him. He's played in 199 plays.
he started 7 games. Georgia Southern.
Yes.
A left-hander. Interesting.
That is for
All
the
right.
defense. That can cause a defense problem.
Okay, we'll get into that maybe later on in the show. Oh, look,
Okay.
so he brought him in, and now the quarterback room is now Mr. Ranson, Mr. Kadum, and Mr. Wood. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong
Devon
with
Todd
that.
is no longer on the team.
Nothing
Cade
wrong with
Bartlett
there's
no longer
a
on the
couple
team.
others, but yeah. That's
Okay,
it.
I
Yeah,
got you,
that's
but
it.
you know what I'm saying.
It's he said today. He said it's a 3-man.
Yeah, it's a 3. And Dylan Seymour is now full-time defensive back, cornerback.
Yeah.
Which, okay.
Should be.
Kid's got a little talent for quarterback, though. But, okay, they need him
Okay,
there.
now stop a second.
Yeah.
How big was Cam?
6'3", 225.
How big is Dylan?
Dylan's about probably my size. He's got a lot more, but no, he's about 5'9".
Point well taken.
Yeah,
but,
I got you.
But just looking at that, and I mean, Gary can't show his hand when sometimes he's looking at film and wanting to see what's needed. Just looking at it, that wasn't going to be the type of personnel he was going to need to run that offense if he wants to run that type of offense.
Oh, he's going to run that offense.
You need a guy that's going to be a trigger guy.
And they have to make good decisions. They have to protect the football. And yes, know the nuances of it.
They have to be a dual threat.
Yeah, and I think so too. And you know, his statement to me was, I need an extension of an offensive coordinator on the field, which is making good decisions and being smart about it.
Yeah.
So I got that. So here's another key question here. You throw in the freshman class, you throw in all these transfer portals. He's added 46 players to this roster. And here's the interesting quote he gave me. This is a completely different team than what we had in spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think with 46.
Scary? Is that kind of scary?
But Rick,
completely different.
Did you see the spring?
I did.
But
so now you're saying
now
you're saying it needs to be completely different.
Well, but think about it, Rick, man. In the spring,
I saw some good things.
Yes.
the offense couldn't get a good look because you only had 2 DBs.
Yeah, good point. Okay. No, good point.
So now it should be a completely different team because, Rick,
46 added players,
you're running a completely different type of scheme on offense.
Well, no, what we're talking about is, though, spring. They did get some workouts. Look, they got 15 workouts there.
But with the type of scheme, this is new as to what the offense is running.
It's new for everybody. I got it.
You know,
right.
you got to get people that fit into what it is that you want to do.
Clearly.
Let's not point out the fact that it's a football team that went 7-18 in 2 seasons last year.
Yeah.
And was overmatched several times.
Yeah.
And we all said this has to change, this has to change,
In the fourth
this has
quarter.
to change.
In the fourth quarter.
Lost a few games with some lousy, historically bad kicking, but okay,
Yes,
continue.
But lost.
We can't use that as an excuse. There were other losses.
Game 1 of the year is West Florida Division II school.
Yeah.
They came in here and did whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
Good Division II. Come on.
Yeah.
Good, but not the best.
But good.
And a team that Goff's team beat twice.
Okay. All right.
So
I got you there. All right. So added also was what? 2 FBF receivers, San Diego State, one from Utah, and a Jackson State. A linebacker from Houston, Ahmad Willis, and then a humongous defensive tackle, Will Rogers from South Carolina. 6'5", 300.
I think the bigger one is the 4 defensive backs coming in.
That's needed. Believe me when I tell you that, Jim. That's needed.
I think
That's
2 or
needed.
3 are FBS.
Okay.
That's needed.
All right.
That can make a big
That was
difference.
it. 2 safeties, 2 corners, a must.
Of course.
That
But
could
if
be a
this
difference
Will
maker.
Rogers, who didn't play at all at South Carolina, all right, I know it's SEC, but if he is as athletic as Goff and his staff thinks he can be at 6'5", 300, we're talking defensive tackle.
Let's
Holy
say also
smokes.
the ones who have exited the program could be addition by subtraction.
Yeah.
He had to clean out
Yes.
what had to be cleaned out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a lot of trash remaining from not just Frank Wilson from other eras.
Of course. Yeah.
Through the years.
Clearly, this staff, Goff, they're not standing pat and sitting down on the laurels. They see an opening. If they see a player and they've got 2 more scholarships, I think.
3.
They're going to fill it. Now, I'm not saying they want to win now, and I'm not saying they can win now, but they're not sitting on the laurels. They're going to go for it.
Jim, we have said this for years, and Rick have kind of swayed back and forth. But in years past, teams that have come in that have beaten McNeese handily, that's in the Southland Conference, they went to the portal and they got these Division I guys that they brought in. At one point in time, Southeastern had 4 D1 defensive backs.
Yeah.
McNeese couldn't do nothing with it, Rick.
I know that.
Nothing. So
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
I got
Goff
you.
knows what he's doing.
We'll leave it there. McNeese coach, baseball coach Justin Hill, and also softball coach James Landrenaau, fresh off regular season championship, tournament championship, going to the NCAA regional, winning, right? They're staying put. They're staying at their jobs.
Yeah.
Good for McNeese, good for them.
No doubt.
Both of them, McNeese Hall of Famers. I mean,
Yeah.
right now, what they've accomplished, they're going to be in the McNeese Hall of Fame. Hill is now the winningest coach in McNeese baseball history. Surpassed the late Tony Robichaux, about a month ago of it was.
Yeah.
And look what Landrenaau has done. I mean, he's in what, 5, 6 years, is it?
6 years.
I mean, 40 wins, NCAA regionals, almost went to a regional final. You know what they've done. So they're staying put. They had interest. They may have had some, maybe more than just interest. Guys, I'm 50-50 on the fence. I wanted them to come back for the program, but I'm surprised both of them are coming back. I really thought one might jump. I really did.
One still might.
Right, it could happen. There's a lot of time.
They're not going to jump for the jobs that are out there right now.
Yeah, because you don't know what's going to happen. It's still very
Well,
early.
I mean, you look at with Landrenaau, we were talking. Troy had interest. Why would you go to Troy when when you've done what the 2 previous people before you have done, and they've gone to Power 5s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why not wait to a Power 5?
Yes.
That's true, Jim.
Yeah.
That
What
is.
did we say about 2 or 3 weeks ago? It was like the Billy Napier process.
Yeah.
Wait, keep winning.
Yeah. And you had
Bide your
opportunities.
time.
And
you
if
had
you like what
opportunities
you're
before.
here.
And if you like where you're
And
here,
the thing
You had
is with
opportunities
him
before.
is, if you look at Troy, are you not closer to winning a regional at McNeese than you are
oh,
at Troy?
huge.
So,
Big time.
so then, so
Big
push
time.
that one up the table.
And maybe
let
even
somebody-
McNeese baseball versus the quote, job that's out there, Tulane, or that was out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that job
clearly
was never.
McNeese.
There was never. That's he was written by D1 baseball. And that. I don't think that was
That's
ever
all.
there.
I got it. But
Justin,
eventually,
Justin Hill is here because family is first.
yes. But if he continues to do what he's doing and the way he's doing it, Justin Hill, he'll get more interest and he will get an
At a
offer. That's
four-
going to pique his
an
interest.
offer.
That'll pique his interest.
But I had a 40-minute conversation with him after it was all over, and he told me he believes he can do more at McNeese than he can at most programs. That's his belief, whether he's right or whether he's wrong.
All right.
He thinks it can be a ULL.
Okay.
So he's looking to grow the program.
He's looking to grow that program more than he is another program.
I wrote a piece in Lanyard Magazine. I said that both of them are smart enough to not jump at any offer. Clearly, they are. To not always think that if it's an offer because of an elevated
always
conference,
green. It's not always
or they might have a tad better facilities, or maybe it's a tad bit more money. Again, patience, build, win, until
Wife.
And let-
Kids.
and
wife, exactly.
Kids.
Family situation.
And let me say, I think with any coach, that's going to be the top seed. That's the fruit that you look for when the time comes. That's with any coach. Don't you want them to move on and advance and go higher and bigger?
You talking
and
about
better?
McNeese?
Yeah, McNeese.
No.
Well,
No.
Yes,
That's
that's
what
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 every
this-
coach
that's
does,
what
Rick.
this school is.
Rick, that's what every coach does.
Are you
That's what-
telling-
If I'm a coach that goes undefeated for 4 seasons every season, I just want to stay and keep winning here.
No, you're missing
what
my
am
point.
I?
No,
what
no.
am I?
Either I
doing?
misunderstood what you said.
Maybe you did.
The university would love to keep these guys forever if they keep
Oh,
winning.
yeah, they would. Yeah, they would.
Well, I thought
But
you
that's
said
not how the
McNeese.
system works.
That's the
That's
old
not how it works, Rick.
university.
Yeah, that's
the
not how it
new
works.
university, if you talk to them, understands.
Of course
they
they
will go when it's
understand.
time, and we will put this.
And that-
and that's okay.
No, it is
That's what
okay.
we are.
I think we're both.
And that-
we don't
and
have a
that
disconnect.
puts-
We're on the same page.
But that also grows your program too, because if you got coaches leaving to go for
Yes.
better jobs, what does that say about your program
And
that's
what do you
here?
get
You're
for
going
coaches
to
that
get
want to
better
come
coaches.
in?
Exactly. You're going to
Now
get
you
better
got
talent.
younger coaches that want to come in. It's
Okay.
okay.
Can't believe you would say that. You can't keep people forever, Rick. What you think this is, man?
You're on my bad side. I can't hear you. All right, let's leave it there. Let's talk about the Louisiana High School Athletic Association.
Oh, my
Why?
goodness.
All right.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Really?
Why? What are we going to
Well,
talk
again,
about?
again,
What are they doing?
they had their little meeting with all the principals. Now they decided to kind of reconfigure what's a select and what's a non-select. So now a vote, and this vote put the ratio between private and public schools near about 50-50 across the
Magnet,
state of
remember
Louisiana.
Magnet now goes into that also.
Exactly.
Select and non-select.
Selected,
It's not
I'm
private.
sorry,
goes into
select
that
and
also.
non-select. Now Washington Marion will play in the select
'Cause they
division.
are a magnet
cat-
school,
Because they're a
understand that.
magnet school. And Lake Charles College Prep will also leave non-select and go to select.
That might be good.
College
Okay.
Prep is not fighting it, but Washington Marion, according to the reports in your newspaper,
Look.
the American Press, yes, your
Yes, I got
Prep
you.
is beating everybody anyway.
not everybody. Let's not go overboard. Watch yourself.
That's
What I'm saying,
Prep,
Washington Marion's
where
going
are
to
you-
appeal,
where are you
and
go-
rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Appeal what, though?
Appeal that they're not a true select school.
What is a true select
Yeah,
I don't
school?
think
What
the
is it-
Athletic
what
Association
is
knows.
exactly select school?
Isn't Barb a select school
Is
since
it-
it has open?
is
It
it
has
numbers?
open borders.
Is it numbers or what? What do they go by? Numbers or what? To determine that.
Call Mr. Jeff Bodine or whatever.
No, it
Eddie
essentially,
Bodine.
no, it essentially goes by, do you have boundaries or no boundaries? And essentially, Barb is as much, in my opinion, a select school because it has open enrollment within
They
Calcasieu
do.
Parish.
They do.
How is that any different than a magnet
From
school?
a magnet school. I totally agree.
You got an
How
argument.
is that different than
got-
other
you
But
got-
schools?
you got an
that's a
argument
point,
there.
Jim.
And I'm not
That is
saying
a
they
point.
should be or shouldn't be.
Right.
But what we have defined
What is the difference?
is we don't like you, we kick you out. We like you, we keep you in. We move it here, we move it there.
So now we got continued conversation, but they keep missing the point about this division, the split, if you will. They can't seem to get it on the agenda to really move it forward. It's been 13, 14 years. In my humble opinion, it's never going to happen.
It's never going to work because we live in an era where everybody gets a trophy and they want everybody to have a chance at a state championship, even if you're 1-9.
Even if you're 1-9. That's it. We get a trophy anyway.
You know,
I remember the first day St. Louis won a game, and I wrote, "Congratulations, St. Louis! You're 1-0, and now you have a bye into the semifinals."
Yes, you're right.
of the state tournament.
Okay, so we'll see where this goes. I hope Washington Marion wins this appeal. I think they should be in the non-select.
But considering they're a magnet school,
you're putting them in a situation.
You and me are just completely on.
Look, I
opposite
agree.
sides.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It's not. I disagree with you. I'm saying we have defined. We don't know what the definition is.
No, because the athletic association doesn't. I don't think the principals really know.
They
We'll
have
leave
to
it there.
appeal that. That's
Last
the only
week
thing,
when I
man.
was gone, Gazzola here,
Jim
Big
can tell
Jim,
you.
just
I had only
shocking.
one read. If I could have gotten maybe through 2 or 3 reads, it probably would have been perfect.
You got to
Only
get
had
it
one
right
read.
the first time.
I only had
Choppy
one read,
execution.
you
I
know?
said it at the start of the
It's okay,
show.
we'll let
just
him have it,
choppy,
Jim, okay?
wavy,
If
choppy
that
execution.
makes you feel better about yourself, go ahead.
I'm still very.
We'll let him have it,
I'm
okay?
very. I'm hurt.
We'll
I'm
let you have
hurt,
it, Rick.
and
We will let you have
I'm
it.
looking at the camera. I am
am.
hurt
We will let
and
him have it.
upset that you guys said I
means-
didn't know jack about sports. I know it was Hobbs.
I did.
It was Hobbs in the
I
middle.
disagreed.
It was Hobbs. Well, he was sitting in my chair.
Yeah, he was
of
in your
course.
chair. I was in the
Hobbs,
middle.
Sarah doesn't know anything about sports. His only skill set, and I'm paraphrasing, he's a TV guy.
Yeah.
He keeps the show
That's a
going.
pretty good paraphrasing.
I'm pretty good on that, what he said. I think he
But
said
it hurts me
exactly.
that you would think
Does
that.
it really?
I nodded.
Rick, you're a much bigger person than that, Rick.
But when you nod,
You're not. You're not that vain, Rick, to even
Nobody
believe
cares
that.
what I think. Move on.
To even
Move on.
believe that, Rick. You're not that vain to even believe that.
You're a TV guy. You're always vain. Of course.
Better than that,
TV
Rick.
guys.
TV guys know a heck of a lot more sports than
got sense,
you
didn't he?
newspaper guys, and surely you former players.
Wow.
I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there.
So like old boy say, wow.
We're going to see. We're going to see. Coming up in the next
Bring
segment.
it.
Coming up in the next segment, it is can't
Bring
miss.
it.
It is can't miss TV. What we're going to do.
Oh, we're gonna miss.
All right. It's going to be our little duel at the desk.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, I am going to throw in your faces. All right, and you'll have a chance to respond back.
We should.
Throw in your faces what I think your number one or your most repeated sports opinion or stance is. And I'm going to shoot it down, and I'm going to say how asinine it is and
Okay.
idiotic it is, and then I'm going to ask you to defend that. And I'm going to do the same for you.
Okay.
And then you're going to do it to if you want to do it for Kevin,
Yeah.
or if you want to do it
Well,
to
I'll
me,
do it for
we're going to go.
everybody.
We're going to
do it
go
for you.
back and forth. We're going to go back and forth.
That's good.
And we're going to see who comes out standing, you
Okay.
know, unbullied and unbloodied,
right.
if you will. All right, the duel
Sounds
at the
good.
desk, if you will.
Sounds
That's
good.
coming
All right.
up in the next segment.
Please
Can't miss
watch.
TV.
Frightening.
Okay.
All right,
Frightening.
please watch.
It will be frightening. All right, let's get
Okay.
back to the SEC meetings in Destin, the SEC conference meetings in
Yes.
Destin. We're not going to try to revive the soap opera or the drama between Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban.
Why not?
I think it's great TV. I think it's fun.
Oh, it is. It is. This is
You know,
what you need.
but you know what they did behind closed doors, what they said, and I know they let bygones be bygones. But let me tell you, if I get the date right, is it October 8th or October 10th? A&M Alabama
Yeah,
on the
I
field.
want to say the 8th,
But let me tell you,
Yeah.
that is going to be hyped
Oh, it
up.
is. That's going to be the best game.
Yeah, that'll be
Hyped.
hyped.
They're
That
going to
game
run
will
those
get-
quotes of Saban and Fisher
whole entire
calling
week.
him
The
out.
whole entire week.
Oh, it's going to be great.
I think Steve Spurrier should be on the call.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's get it all fired
Yeah.
up.
Anyway, because
Yeah,
look,
it's going to be a
Well,
good one.
what's the big deal about the quotes?
Well,
Did anybody say anything that isn't right?
no, but it's the way that it was said, if I should say it that way.
I agree. The tone
Yeah.
of Saban.
Saban said
the
it to a group of
sanctimonious
people,
tone.
but he said it to his backers, and
Yes,
he said,
he did.
"I need more money."
He did.
yeah,
He
I
did,
got it.
Jim. He
And
did.
we said
Okay.
we all agree that you got to keep in mind of who the audience was for
Yes.
Nick Saban.
Yes.
And the audience was that, and the
Right.
audience was also over here. He knew who
But he was wrong, he was wrong in calling out A&M and Fisher. He was wrong about calling out Deion Sanders and Jackson
He
State
was.
about the $1
He
million
was.
thing. And I have no problem.
Jackson State
I
didn't
have
have $1
no
million.
problem
Come
with
on
how Jimbo Fisher
Wow.
responded. Calling him a narcissist, calling him despicable. But
wait.
he may have gone overboard. Okay.
He went overboard.
I have
may
no
have.
problem with it, though.
He may have.
Primarily because it makes great TV.
Yeah.
And
but
there
no.
you go as a TV guy.
There you go again.
Yeah.
But no, look, I think Fisher was earnest and forthright,
Angry,
and he was serious.
He was.
There was no playing around with this.
Well, this is
and
because he
Saban
was,
crawfish,
He
Saban
thought,
crawfish, and apologized.
He thought, and it sounded like he was calling him a cheater.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yeah.
in
Bought the whole
reality- in
team. He
reality-
didn't buy the whole team.
In reality, is they are buying whole teams. Everybody is.
Everybody
That's where
is.
we're at
Not
now.
the whole team.
Pretty much the
Well,
whole
the
teams are gonna play.
recruits.
The
He's not
teams are
paying
going to
every-
play.
Not every player on A&M has an NIL deal. Come
Every
on.
player that's going to play.
Well, whatever the case, but they got a lot of guys that are on the bench. He said the whole team.
You got softball players at UCLA making millions of dollars.
Okay,
Yeah.
good for them.
The money is there, and somebody's giving them the money. So yeah, it is wide open there. No longer are college coaches in control of their program.
No, they're not. I
And
agree
I'm
with
waiting
you.
for the first time when a backer comes in and says, "I've got X number of dollars on that guy, and he's the backup. I need him starting."
It is out of control.
Yeah.
It is out of control, and
Look,
I don't know how you rein it in.
the
You
last
don't.
time
It
No,
is
it's
not.
over.
You and I were on the same page on this. They needed something to pay the players, right?
I've been saying that for years.
Yes.
For years we've been on
For
the same
years
page.
I've been saying this.
But this is not the system.
No,
I'm
but
sorry.
what
this
is
not
It needs
they
to have
could,
some parameters.
because
It
you
does.
could not fix a system. You lost every court case possible leading up to the system,
Yep.
which made it wide open.
Exactly.
And
You
now
never gave reason
the
how it could
NCAA
be.
has no way of controlling it.
Yeah.
No way.
None.
But let
No.
me tell you guys, I went to A&M, and I mean College Station. I mean, I walked around when LSU played them and looked at their facilities.
A lot of money. A lot of money. And look, and
Guys,
I know.
Tiger Stadium is nice.
I know.
Go to A&M
I
Stadium now, the
know.
new
I
one.
know a few alumni
Go
of
to A&M Stadium.
and they're all very successful, and they're all very proud to be an Aggie. And they
That stadium is
they give
unreal,
back.
man.
All right, so we got off the main point. I wanted to talk about the proposed scheduling. All right,
Yeah.
so back in mid-May, the NCAA kind of made a decision, whatever decision NCAA
Yeah.
can make, saying these teams or leagues with 12, 14, 16
Mm-hmm.
can no longer, you're free to not have divisions. So now you can what? You can schedule lacrosse, right?
You're free not to only have divisions. You're free not to have a championship game. You're free to
That's
do
right.
basically whatever you want.
What you want's good. So now the SEC and Sankey are talking about an 8-game scheduling proposition or a 9-game. 8-game. I don't want to get caught in the weeds,
Yeah.
but an 8-game you get what? 1 common, and then 3, and then the
Yeah.
9-game. There's a thing for
Yeah.
it. We're now basically in the SEC. A lot of the Florida and Georgia can cross borders.
Yeah.
And play Alabama, LSU,
Yeah.
and then you can
Yeah.
do this.
And it's
I
always
love
been
it.
West, but
I
now-
love it.
Yeah, I mean but don't, isn't it, Jim? If I'm not mistaken, even the system was set up at one time when I was there. Wasn't every 10 years they would swap?
Yeah.
So I mean, what's the difference, Rick?
No, I
But
think
where are
that-
you
I mean, what's the
going with
difference?
this though? What do you want? Do you want? Is LSU going to make its schedule? Is the SEC going to make its schedule?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
now
know.
who's playing who and who's putting the money in the? I want Vandy.
Wait a minute.
I want Vandy.
What was that key word that you just used in that sentence?
Everybody
The
won't
M,
pay
the
you.
N word. The M
Everybody
word.
won't
Who's
ban
paying
you.
the money?
Money.
yeah.
You know what this does?
Yeah.
This is LSU, not and Alabama, not having
Does
to play.
Saban want a
Vanderbilt.
ninth game, or does he want to play Tennessee Chattanooga?
I have to ask Mr. Saban about that.
Yeah.
because
But-
here's what it's coming down to.
That is.
TV is saying you against Chattanooga, we don't want to pay.
no,
We're
of
not
course
watching, because we're
That's
not
my
watching.
point. It's money.
Because
it's
we're not
geared
watching.
around television.
So
Because
so
we're
that
not
brings
watching.
back to what's the future of the big guys?
Exactly.
What's the future of the little guys? Where's the
Exactly.
money going to come in?
Yeah.
You're right.
And I would rather see, back in the day it was Alabama USC.
Yeah.
Great national games.
Yeah.
Now it's Alabama
Yeah.
Chattanooga.
I got it.
And the
I
thing
think-
is, not to knock those guys too, but you know what, Jim? They need that payday too.
The little guys need to
Oh
pay.
yeah,
They need that payday, too.
There's got to be. There's got to be
There's an
some kind of.
opportunity. There's an
They need
opportunity.
that payday too,
But
though.
that's going to wipe them out.
It is.
It will
It
to a
is.
degree, but there
It
are
is.
there are other ways of getting money. But what I'm saying is, what this
Not that money.
what this does though, if they go to an 8 or 9, what
Yeah.
this does is it. Why did Texas and what was the beef in Texas and Oklahoma? All right, especially I think it was Oklahoma. They weren't getting enough primetime games.
Yeah.
What this does is gives you these mega matchups. It's Alabama versus more so Georgia maybe during the regular
Yeah.
season. It gives you prime. ABC, ESPN, CBS, they're going to want those games in prime time. And they sell ads, and they make more
They do.
money, and the
They
SEC
do.
makes more money. Same thing for the Pac-12. The Pac-12 has now gone to this. They were the first one. And you think the SEC wants to trail any other conference? They want to be
No.
the first
Well,
to
that's
do
why the
something
Big Ten,
good.
the Big Ten is not allowing their teams to play FBS
yeah.
because of that.
I'm sitting here
tough.
wanting the FCS schools to
Yeah.
have their shot at big money.
They do. And
And
they-
that's going
and
to
they should.
We're
And they
rolling
should.
into why McNeese has to get out of the FCS.
Exactly.
There you go.
And now we've gone full circle.
Anyway, so but nothing is set in stone. This is all being discussed. But the Pac-12 has already done it.
Yes.
Yes.
And their champion will their championship game will be what 1 versus 2 with the highest percentage win percentage in the conference. That's what the SEC needs to do. Sometimes change is good, guys. Remember that. Remember, don't be stuck in your ways. Okay. Okay, guys. Duel at the desk time.
Duel.
A while back, I laid out the rules.
Bob rolled up my sleeves.
Notice,
I'm ready.
Check out the guns.
Don't get fooled.
Check out the guns. There. Roll them up, brother.
Ready. I'm ready.
Notice we're doing this without Hobbs. Because I really thought that if Hobbs is here, everybody would skewer him.
Oh my
And he would be like, he'd be under the desk.
He'd be furious. He would be.
Oh, furious?
He would be.
No,
he would be upset. He would be upset.
That's what he gets for saying that Sarah doesn't know jack about sports. That's really, and he's not here to hear my wrath. Okay,
I'm ready.
Here it is. All right, so I explained the rules, and I threw out. I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna go to you. I'm gonna go to you, and I'll say how asinine and ridiculous.
Okay.
All right, I'll start with Big Jim.
Okay.
Why? Ready?
Why?
Okay, I'll go.
Go ahead.
Because you're right here.
Bring it on.
Bring it.
All right.
Bring it.
In many conversations, I'm talking many over the last, I'll say at least 5 years. No, I don't know about decade.
5 years.
Your stance has always been, and you sit in the back at a press conference and a press box. The SEC is overrated. Big 12, Pac-12, whatever. Big SEC. You've always stated that unequivocally that this SEC conference is not the top conference. Football.
No, what I've said is it's top heavy.
But you have stated that they are not unequivocally the top conference. I can take 12 teams and go 12 teams and battle you. Yes. Okay. So
I'm going to lose 1 and 2, but I'm going to win the battle.
Based on the statement that they are not the best conference.
I'll defend that.
Okay. How many, the obvious, everybody's thinking it out there, how many national championships has the SEC won since like 1902?
1902?
They have won more national championships than any conference in the country. All right. And what is the ultimate benchmark? Is winning national championships.
That is true.
Okay. So the conference has won more.
Has it not been?
And I'm not finished yet.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
They send more players to the NFL than I'm talking about the league, not just LSU, than any conference. No, Big Ten is up there with it. Pac-12, but
the SEC.
SEC. Okay. Yeah. All right. They at times they dominate the bowl games. At times they dominate, and I still don't think that is a quote, metric.
Well, now you don't have all players playing.
That's right. See there, especially in the last 4 or 5 years.
You really can't really look at that as a
benchmark.
benchmark.
But even if you go before that, the SEC dominated a lot of the bowls. All right. So there you have, and I could probably throw out a few more, but there you have my response, my personal response you're asinine.
You take a game in Orlando, Florida, and put Florida there with its home crowd, and bring somebody from Iowa down who hasn't been outside in a month and a half, and say, they're on equal turf.
Yeah, it's football. It's turf.
Okay.
It's turf. All right.
So playing in the dome never matters for the Saints.
Okay, so we're not talking about the Saints. Come back.
I'm talking about home field.
Support your argument, sir.
Out Alabama, and I think they're all even. And Alabama is the defining factor. Take out Alabama, and I think most conferences are with them.
And you're saying that just one team carries this conference?
Yes.
Holy smokes.
How many championships have you won in the last 10 years?
What, the SEC?
Yeah.
The SEC, how many championships?
How many non-Alabama championships? 2?
Okay, all right. But Alabama's still in the conference, okay?
Yeah.
But you're saying it's top heavy. Yes. A lot of the leagues are. Why am I having to defend this? You're supposed to be defending.
Okay. I
what
think
is
it's top heavy.
What's the lower part of the SEC? Vanderbilt. And who else?
Missouri.
Your old school.
By the way, Missouri, who is this great.
Okay, go ahead.
But they won 3 championships in the East Side, correct? Even though they're the furthest west school, they won 3 on the East Side, and you're saying they don't compete anymore. How is that a dominant? When have they been, besides now at Georgia, when have they been great on both sides?
Missouri?
No, both divisions. Besides this Georgia now. When have they been great on both sides? When Florida was good, the West wasn't that good.
At one time, I know they're down. Tennessee at one time. Tennessee.
And where were they from?
Okay.
They were from the East.
All right, from the East.
When Florida was good.
Okay, all right. So I don't think the lower end of the SEC is as low as some of the other conferences.
I don't think Auburn's as good as you guys think.
Well, you know.
I don't
Again,
think
it's a
Ole
little
Miss
bit
and
of a roller
Mississippi
coaster.
State are that good.
I still think it's idiotic that you don't think unequivocally the SEC is the top football conference.
You walk into any argument right now, and they're the top in the top 25 preseason. There's 7 teams from the SEC.
Okay,
maybe.
we're going to end it there. Who won this argument? Who did he withstand?
Oh, he's
the
come on, he's an SEC
He's
guy.
he's
Look at this shirt.
He's unbiased. He's sitting in the
I
middle.
think the SEC is the best conference.
There we go.
Hands down.
Wow.
Ka-ching! All right.
I just think
All right.
they are.
Wow, I'm from
Here's
here.
my Mr. Guidry.
Yes.
All right.
Lost
How
on
many
home field
times have you
again.
sat on this show? And boy, Aaron Rodgers, the Packers quarterback. He's the baddest man, the best quarterback in the NFL. Let me just say, he's been in the league, help me out, at least 15 years. Is it
Yeah.
15
Yeah.
to 16?
Yeah.
How many Super Bowls, Mr.
Well,
NFC North? How many Super Bowls has he won?
I believe he's won as many
One. Yeah.
as Trent Dilfer.
Yeah. One. He is barely over 500. If that, he might still be 500 in postseason games in his career. He has shrunk. You know what that means? Shrunk in big situations, in big postseason games. Okay, consistently, and he has lost. I don't know how many. What is his record now? Like maybe 3-7 in NFC conference games. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. Great talent, great quarterback, Hall of Famer, but
How
not
many-
the best in the
How
NFL.
many MVPs he's won?
I don't know. Does it matter?
Oh, no. It matters. How many MVPs
Okay,
does he won?
you should
Has he
know.
won?
He's your bad
He's
man.
won, what, 2, 3?
All right, go ahead. All right.
Okay. This man, Aaron Rodgers.
He's the MVP of
They're
his.
up in Green Bay. Green Bay, we don't know how many times it snows a year or
It's
whatever.
Title
I mean,
Town. Oh my God, you're going there with the weather?
Aaron Rodgers, out of the only quarterback in the NFL, has had the lowest production in receivers out of any quarterback. He's always had one star receiver. In his 15 years there, wait.
I'll let you finish.
How many
Sorry.
quarterbacks you go and look at? Big name quarterbacks. Your boy Tom Brady. How many quality receivers has he had through his? Dog, get out of here.
One.
Gronk,
Randy Moss.
Gronk,
One.
Stop it. Are you serious?
Gronk too. Yeah.
Are you serious,
two.
Rick?
Okay, two.
And this, Aaron Rodgers has had to battle not having offensive weapons like some of these quarterbacks that you see in the NFL that's going to the Super Bowl every year. Now you tell me what quarterback could play in that type of an environment and be successful. Name me one.
Jordy Nelson was very good.
Stop it. Don't even go there.
Why?
Rick.
Why?
Rick.
Because
look
he's a
at-
white guy that can't jump. He's had great tight
Rick,
ends.
no, Rick,
He's got
stop.
Devontae.
Rick.
He's had Devontae Adams.
Look at the
Randall
elements.
Cobb.
Look at the elements that Aaron Rodgers has had to play in
Elements.
the majority
You mean
of
the,
his career.
The snow? Are you talking environmental
How many
elements?
quarterbacks has have to play in that? At least 8 games a year.
Oh my gosh!
At least
It's
8 games a
Green
year, Rick.
Bay. It's
But
Green.
Rick, but what I'm saying, most quarterbacks got the sunshine. 16 games. Can't you perform better?
He's arguing
Can you
about
not
the
perform?
weather.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me the weather doesn't play a factor, Rick? You're going to tell me that? I played in Denver, Rick. You're going to tell me the weather did not play a factor?
He only has 8 home games.
Oh, my goodness.
He only has 8 home games.
Anyway,
And how many
Aaron
snow
Rodgers-
games has Aaron Rodgers played in?
he's got to play at least 8, Rick. At
No.
least 8 games, Rick.
You're from Chicago.
At least 8 games, Jim.
I mean,
He's
it
gotta play at
doesn't
least
snow
8
up
games.
there until
Come on now.
January.
How many? Let me make sure this here. How
December.
Many, wait. How many snow games Brady played in? How many?
The tuck rule, for one
How many?
thing,
No.
a lot.
How many snow games your boy played in?
Just as many as Aaron. I don't know. Well, you are going off on a
We're not
tangent.
talking-
There's actually more snow in New England. Actually.
What? I'm not talking about now.
You are
I'm
telling.
talking about where he's
okay.
at now.
Even
in
with this,
Tampa.
all right,
Okay.
even in this argument, you're telling
Anyway.
me right here that you believe Aaron Rodgers is the number 1 quarterback in the NFL.
In my
Are you tell-
opinion, I think that he
Oh
is.
my gosh.
We're
Oh my-
given the
You are-
type of
you are
elements.
so off.
I don't
off
care.
the-
Maybe
you're
I am,
off
but
the
I'm telling
reservation.
you, Aaron Rodgers in my book is
One
a
Super
bad
Bowl.
man.
One
There's
Super
no other quarterback that can make something happen when you
One
know it's going to be disastrous. He makes it happen.
1 Super Bowl. All right, we're out of time. Whatever any time we have, we're
not
going to
gonna
shift
blame
it.
winning one
We're
Super
going
Bowl
to
just
shift
on
it
him.
into the last
Okay.
segment, and I'm going to give you a chance to go at each other or go at me. All
I'm
right,
going at
we're
you.
going to carry
I'm
this
going at
over
you.
because you are
I'm
just
going at you.
both of you guys
I'm going at
are
you.
just completely
I know.
asinine on these subjects.
Aaron
both
Rodgers
of
in
you.
my book, he's a bad man.
Soundoff will be doing our show
Wow.
next week, which is advancing Father's Day. Is it not?
Yes.
Father's Day. So we'll
Right.
be there talking about all the Father's Day specials that Bowie Outfitters is going to be offering you. Bowie Outfitters, Gresham Memorial Highway, Lake Charles, open 7 days.
Definitely.
Including
Okay,
the
guys.
Brian Kelly trade-in Notre Dame items?
Maybe.
be.
I thought sure I
Could be.
saw Notre Dame
No,
camo
there
there.
was none.
I
There
think
was
I
none.
did. All right.
There was
All right.
none.
So you're because you're you're a guest.
Look, I
you're
gotta
a
be honest,
guest here.
you guys
You're-
were
you're-
angry. You
you're-
guys were
we're
angry.
not angry.
Angry, man.
We're not angry, but we do fight a lot. You can attack him. You can attack me. Vice versa. We're
Jim,
going
I
to spend
take
about
away
2
Jim.
minutes
Well,
on that.
my only
What?
thing to you
Yes.
would be, I heard from almost day one,
Yeah.
Burton Coliseum is the
Burton
greatest
Coliseum.
Coliseum ever.
You are
McNeese should
exaggerating, sir.
McNeese
You are
should never get
exaggerating.
an on-campus facility, and I don't ever want to hear the FBS. You have kind of flipped on progress.
Well, I'm an
sir.
independent.
I would agree
I'm
to
an
that,
independent
Jim.
by nature. I'm politically
agree to that, Jim.
independent, so I can flip and flop.
So you're a flip-flopper.
I'm a flopper and a
You're a
flipper.
mover of the goalpost back.
Here.
What did
Is
you
that-
not like about McNeese taking care of itself?
No.
Yeah.
The amount of money that they ended up spending on the Legacy Center, okay, was huge, all right? And at the time, watching basketball at Burton Coliseum, the only thing, yes, it is far out, okay? It is out there. But the facility itself, the magnitude and the size of it, and the lighting and the floor and the kind of pit nature of it, I liked it. And I didn't think it was that bad of a facility.
But the problem was it didn't have any atmosphere, and kids didn't go.
Yeah.
No, they didn't go, and the atmosphere was lacking, but some of that is on McNeese, and because it was so large, they couldn't put, but let me tell you, it was rocking for that one game, that one NIT game they hosted.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
rocked.
Yeah.
So,
For Boston College.
yeah, but again, I know that they were never going to fill it up, so my argument was that Burton Coliseum was a pretty damn good basketball facility.
Okay, and
That's all.
you were way into the Southland. Another one of your, you were defending the old Southland as a
Yes.
great conference way too long. When
Yes,
I
I
used to
was.
tell you it's breaking up, and you were like, it's not going to break up. Now that you see what the Southland is, what's your take?
Yes, my take on that is, yes, I flipped a little bit. I always said that McNeese.
A little bit? Okay.
Your
Okay.
nickname for a week was Pancake, so I don't know how much.
Pancake.
you
Whoa!
flipped.
I'm just saying that McNeese should at one time were solid in FCS, and but they missed it on the FBS, and they were too late to it.
They
And-
missed it at 12 years.
Yes, and they needed to explore that option a lot sooner, because the championship versus money versus keeping the fans happy versus getting a better schedule, that whole thing now outweighs the possibility of winning a national title.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the players even care about that anymore.
No, because nobody watches the playoffs, but they watch the bowl game.
Exactly. So you got me a little bit on the flipping and the flop.
Yeah.
Okay. I still
Oh,
think
a little bit flip.
a little bit.
I have one for you, Rick.
Okay.
You're a huge Saints fan.
Yeah.
Go back to
I didn't
the
want to go
days,
there.
I mean, you're right at 65 now, and you've been a Saints fan for that
I'm not that
long a
old.
time. But anyway,
Yes.
tell me, why couldn't the Saints organization keep their head coach in place?
Sean Payton?
Yes, Sean Payton. Why couldn't the Saints organization keep Sean Payton there?
Well, I think deep down to his core, Sean Payton wants to coach the Dallas Cowboys for whatever reason. For whatever reason. I think he needed a physical and mental break at this time. I think he got COVID twice.
Yeah.
All right. I think with the pressures of the last 2 years, I don't know if you want to go back all the way to the Bounty Gate situation and that whole thing.
Yeah.
I think I really believe that he needed a break. I think he wanted a break. And if it's 1 year or 2 years, and it was a time for him to sever his relationship with the thing.
Yeah.
But deep down, he wants to coach the Dallas
Wait a minute,
Cowboys.
though. You rip Aaron Rodgers for one Super Bowl championship.
yeah.
How many does Sean Payton?
Did I ever say Sean Payton
It
was
was
the greatest
coming, Jim.
NFL coach?
Jim, it was coming.
I've never said
Sorry to
that.
be
It was-
I've never said Sean Payton was the greatest NFL coach, even in the league.
Wait, you said
unlike you do.
You said Sean Payton was. Scooter said it was.
I never said Sean Payton was the best.
Scooter
And
quoted
boy,
that.
I will tell you.
I don't know about the
I will
quarterback
tell
whisperer
you.
because he's a
I
quarterback.
will tell
Scooter
you
quoted that.
any day of the week that they missed a window. The Saints missed
Yeah.
a window
They
to win
did.
probably two
They
more.
did.
But a lot of it wasn't
did.
their fault.
But a
Don't
lot of
get me
teams
started.
missed that
Don't get me
window.
started
Yeah.
on
but why
Nola
has-
on the Nola call. Don't get me
Yeah,
started
but a lot
on
of
it.
why-
teams miss that window.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
they do. They do. But
They
boy,
do.
the Saints
But-
had a open.
But,
I mean,
but everybody
the
calls him
bad
the
calls.
quarterback whisperer. I think he's only really gotten to whisper in 1 ear.
That's right.
So
It's a very good ear.
Well,
But you're
Drew
right.
Brees wasn't a hard whisper too, okay?
You're right.
If I should say
Very,
that,
very
okay?
good.
Drew
Is that
Brees
all
wasn't
you
a real
got?
hard-
That's
no,
it?
I mean,
That's
you
it?
caught me off guard. I couldn't really go back into my vocabulary and really look and see what I really wanted to. But we'll have this again, no, I promise you. This is not the end. This is not the end, okay? I promise you.
I win.
It's not the
You
end.
lose.
It's not the
I'm
end.
sitting in this chair. So,
It's
all
not
right,
the
let's
end,
move
no, I
on. That
promise.
was fun. That was fun.
It was.
All right.
very TV-ish.
Browns
Watch
quarterback.
this, though.
Let's stay on the NFL.
Yeah.
Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
All right. Didn't you?
He won't play
Deshaun
again.
Johnson,
He won't
Deshaun
play
Watson
again.
rather, is in Cleveland. They hadn't made a deal in free
Yeah.
agency. He didn't make a deal for draft. Sitting out there, still on the team. All right. You sound out the NFL
Are you
observers.
committed to Deshaun Watson in
Yeah.
Cleveland?
Yeah, about 230.
And what's he going to get?
Pardon?
How much is he going to play?
I don't know.
Trevor Bauer is in this
I know,
room
I know.
and in this conversation because the Major League Baseball can throw him under the bus for 2 years.
And that
the
was
NFL
wrong.
better do something.
And that was wrong. Let's
Yeah.
not get started on Trevor
But you're right
Bauer,
about
the Los
that.
Angeles Dodger pitching
I'm just
situation.
saying that there's going to somebody's going to
that's
court over
crazy.
something
That is
because
crazy,
there's a
Jim.
man that went to court and was proven innocent.
Yeah.
Who?
Bauer. When he
Bauer.
would go to court, he went.
You're correct. You are
The
correct.
investigation said he was innocent.
And the
And Major
MLB
League Baseball gave
still
him 2
threw him.
years.
Yeah, I agree.
Still-
Now, here's a
I'm
guy
on your
that-
side here.
So I don't know how much I would commit if I'm the Cleveland Browns because I don't know what that's going to play out yet.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm thinking because it's Watson, because it's the NFL, I'm thinking 8 games.
And you're going to tell me that the Saints aren't watching that with Kamara?
Exactly.
Because these are all connected
I know.
now.
Alvin Kamara,
But-
scary,
but-
man.
but I
It's
think-
scary.
but I think-
it's scary
For some reason,
on that situation.
I'm not saying what they should get, what they
Yeah.
shouldn't get. What I'm saying is you have
That's
now
scary.
established in the
That's
world
scary,
of
though.
public opinion 2 years for something a guy didn't do.
I know.
What are you going to give the people if it's proven they did do?
But that's the MLB.
That's crazy,
This is
Jim.
the NFL. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, but the courts don't see it differently.
I got you.
You got lawsuits.
But here,
and-
back to the Baker
That's
Mayfield.
crazy.
Some of the whispering out there in the national media is obviously Seattle and then Carolina, and also now the Saints
Yeah.
are thrown in there. That
Why
Baker
not?
Mayfield with the Saints.
no, that's not.
It's not going to happen because they
Baker-
can't commit that much money to
Baker-
2 guys.
Exactly, but I'm
Baker
just saying because
Mayfield.
I like Andy Dalton. I like
Yeah.
Andy Dalton as a backup,
Baker
and I like
Mayfield.
look Jameis Winston. Let's see what he does. Come back from the knee and that whole thing. But boy, Baker
A guy
Mayfield
that
to the Saints.
had weapons but couldn't do anything with it? Nah.
All right.
So you think Jameis is better than Baker?
Oh, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No doubt.
Yeah,
Hands
okay.
down.
Then but that's what you have to
Hands-
go with.
Too many,
Yeah, hands
too
down,
many
hands
weird
down.
variables with Baker
No,
Mayfield.
Baker, no.
Okay.
You know, too many
The
weird
weapons
variables.
he had, how could you not get in the postseason? The weapons he had.
The
Well,
thing
I-
about Baker Mayfield is it's a death knell for him. He was the #1 pick.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he wasn't a
Yeah.
#1
And,
pick.
and,
He
but
wasn't.
also
He wasn't
he
number
was
one pick. He wasn't.
his coaches are not the greatest.
He wasn't.
I'll give him
Yeah,
on that.
he was.
He was definitely
Let's see what happens with Dennis Allen and
Yeah.
Mr. Jameis Winston.
I got faith in Dennis
Yeah.
Allen. No, we got about
Because
about
why?
45 more seconds. So
Yes.
NBA. This is going to be. You're going to think it's going to be Warriors in 7? Is that what you said, or Celtics?
No, I
in
said
7?
Celtics in 7.
Celtics in 7.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Celtics in 6.
Celtics are already
Celtics
up one
in
game.
6.
It's one game less. Yeah. Like they win 2 out of 3 at home and win
Celtics?
Celtics.
Warriors got the home field. They got 4 games.
Are you watching? Did you
Boston
watch
has
this
only
game?
3. They're already up 1.
They're going to win
already
2 out of
won.
3. They're going to win 2
I
out of 3
like
in
Boston.
Boston.
I like the composition of
Exactly.
this team. The Golden State Warriors with
They are.
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson gets his game together and gets that shot. Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Is going to have a lot of pressure on him not to get kicked out.
I know that.
Yeah.
Warriors in 7.
Did you
Warriors
guys
in
get a
7. It's
chance to
gonna be
watch
fun.
that celebrity golf?
No, I
playoff?
did not. But I think we're out of time.
We're out of time. Oh.
Appreciate you for coming in.
Always,
Southern
Jim.
Scooter Hobbs. Anyway.